When looking to get a gun safe, our minds can sometimes think about them more as a liability rather than an extra layer of protection in a home. When I was looking around for a safe, one of my biggest concerns were, can I get my home defense tool out of that safe fast enough, and more importantly, when I'm under a lot of stress? Most gun cabinets have a key entry, and some as their primary method of unlocking, but fumbling for keys in the heat of the moment is so common that it's become a cliche in movies and TV shows. When you're under a lot of stress, such as when someone is breaking into your house, fine motor skills go out the window. So, to get around this, some people have opted for a keypad entry instead, which makes sense as, unlike a key, you don't have to remember where you left it, and you shouldn't have to fumble much. But of course, you do have to remember the PIN and enter it while potentially having just woken up moments ago. So let me ask you this, when's the last time you were startled awake and tried to enter a PIN code in a timely manner, correctly? And that leads us to a third, usually costly consideration for most, and that's biometric entry. A thumbprint reader more specifically. You're not going to forget or misplace your thumb, and it doesn't need to remember its own fingerprint at 2 a.m. I'm a believer in the one is none philosophy when it comes to just about everything, so that's how I ended up with this safe right here. KAER World's 1500 10 to 14 gun safe with 3 modes of entry. And with speed still being a concern of mine, this gun safe's thumb reader opens in just 1 second, which easily beats how fast you could use a key or enter a PIN code correctly while even being prepared to do so. On my channel, I tend to try to get the most out of my dollars spent, and those of you out there who are looking for a gun safe are usually doing it because you have an additional smaller family member in your household that you want to keep your guns away from. And ideally, you want to do this without having to spend a ton of money, which you would rather be saving or spending on those family members. So I partnered with KAER Worlds to show you guys a budget 3-entry, 14-gauge pry-resistant steel 10 to 14 gun capacity gun safe for you guys, and offer a discount code in the description where you can get a 15% off for this safe or any other safe on their store shipped right to your door. So let me start by giving you a rundown. It comes in at 59 inches tall by 20 inches wide with a 16-inch depth weighing just under 80 pounds. The safe is easy to assemble thanks to its bolt-together design and can be done alone with just the included magnetized screwdriver. I would recommend though, if you plan on having the safe upstairs, that you unbox it first and take the pieces up one at a time. It arrives flat packed and pretty well secured with the packing materials, and while I'm not a fan of styrofoam, luckily none of it was crushed in the shipping and I didn't have any broken up pieces to clean up. Unpacking and moving the parts upstairs was easy to do on my own, and if I plan on moving, disassembling it shouldn't be a problem. But its 14-gauge steel frame is rigid enough to be transported fully assembled as well. While assembling the safe is doable solo, like I did, I would recommend some help initially, otherwise you'll need to balance the initial frame pieces together while you install the first few screws. To make it a little easier solo, I used the included packaging foam pieces to make a solid platform for balancing the side panel onto the front of the safe. After you get the second panel attached, you can stand the safe upright and it starts to take shape and becomes a little bit easier to assemble. When you install the back side and the top to the safe, it may get a little hard to see the screw holes, so I used a flashlight and hung it on one of the side panel hooks for some light. Or you can go ahead and open the included induction lamp and hang it using the magnet on the back to provide some light while you're assembling the safe. Included in the box are also some expansion screws that screw into the pre-drilled holes in the rear panel that can anchor the safe to a wall such as in your garage. The front panel of the safe features an organizer that can hold 4 pistols, magazines, and other accessories with an included shelf and zipper pack. In addition to the main compartment, the safe also comes with an internal key-locking money box where you can store your stamps, receipts, passport, or money, as well as a bottom shelf for storing ammo. The safe also includes adjustable shelves and gun racks so you can customize the interior to fit your storage needs. Side note, the safe has an included bottom liner, but I had some leftover foam from some boxes that my upper receivers came in, so I cut them down to size to fit them in the bottom for more traction, and I would recommend this as it also cuts down on the noise you make when taking a carbine in and out of the safe. Once fully assembled, go ahead and fit your firearms in there and try to adjust the shelves and racks as you need. I used the shelves to hold the original packaging my gun parts came in, and the shelf underneath the safe holds my loose ammo boxes. The top of the safe is rigid and sturdy enough to store ammo cans, letting me free up more floor space in my office, and the sleek design complements the room very well. Now, this safe has 3 modes of entry. Initially, you'll find the key zip tied to the panels when you're unboxing it, and you can use that to initially unlock the front of the safe. To use the key, slide the bottom silver panel under the keypad downward. If you have any difficulty doing that with your hands, grab something sticky, like the side of a tape roll, to grab and pull down on the silver panel to expose the key insert. Next, you have the keypad for password entry, but before you begin, you'll need to have 4 AA batteries on hand. On the inside of the front panel of the safe, you'll see a red sticker and a battery cover. Remove that and add the 4 AA batteries to enable the keypad and thumbprint entry. If you misplace your keys and the batteries are dead in that safe, you can still open the safe with the included external battery pack, which you can insert to the side of the keypad to re-enable PIN and print entry. You can set up your own 3 to 12 digit PIN or use the factory password by entering 123456. To set up your own PIN, you'll wake the touchscreen, press 11, and then press the green button inside of the safe panel. To set up the fingerprint scanner, open the safe and press the fingerprint green button. Place your finger on the scanner 4 times, and if successful, you'll hear 1 short beep followed by a long beep. And if you hear 3 short beeps, that means your fingerprint wasn't successfully scanned and you'll need to repeat the process. And that's it. Your safe should be assembled and secured with 3 modes of entry. Now, let's test how effective this fingerprint reader is in a stressful situation. In order to simulate a high-stress scenario on short notice, people in the comments have recommended lifting weights to get your heart rate up and your hands sweaty, which, as you know, is a natural enemy of finger readers if you've ever tried to unlock a MacBook with even a drop of sweat in the vicinity. So, I went ahead and grabbed some dumbbells and pumped out some hammer curls to get my hands nice and sweaty for this test. After a set of curls, much to my delight, the safe opened just fine. I had to test again just to be sure, so I did another shorter set of curls just after and tested it again. This safe gives you something incredibly valuable: redundancy and security. With the biometric reader for instant access, the keypad for a backup, and the key for emergencies, you're never locked out of your protection. And you get all of this, a 14-gauge steel safe with 3 modes of entry and a capacity for over 10 long guns, for a price that lets you protect your family without breaking the bank. Don't settle for fumbling with keys or stressing about a forgotten PIN. Get the peace of mind that comes with knowing you have instant access to your home defense tool.